yes, y'all. Bring it on down. Styles in your face, don't clown it. Take it down to the funky town, then nod to the sound man. He came through, got some fresh new jams, hit a rock for you. We take it back. We are here to save ya. Best be on your worst behavior. Ladies, shake what your mama gave you. Take a break, JC. I'm a new school savior. Single set through the hip gyration. Reminisce about the Zulu nation. Girly girl, I'm a planet rock. I see saws with a jam done. Can we talk? We'll say a lot without even speaking. Bumpy bumps, whole crowd stop freaking. Set it off till the break of dawn, no sleeping. I can't wait for the sound of the weekend. 600 limit around the spot. They can see from the bar that the steps is hot. 600 limit and do it right. We do the damn thing till the morning light. 600 limit around the spot. They can see from the bar that the steps is hot. 600 limit to break the ice. Cause the ladies on the floor is twice as nice. I'm proving the language of movement. Can you feel your mood improving? He's the man who lit the roof. The funk's still alive, we'll live him through. From the strings, puppets controlled by the DJs. Honey's in the back room, handing out BJs. Rocking uptown with the sounds of the PJs. Can you get down with the sounds that we play? Yes, y'all, the boogie down ambassador. Spotted a dime piece, that girl got an ass on her. On your booty made me cry, cause it's so tight, making me high. Go rings to take flight. Now, ladies, don't give it up pro bono. I could be John, you could be Yoko Ono. Summer of love, take your time like slow-mo. Cause it's all good, come to your phone. 600 limit, ease the pain. Rock the house and everything change. 600 limit, and do it right. Do the dance till the morning light. 600 limit, and ease the pain. You can rock the house and everything change. 600 limit, and do it right. Do the dance till the morning light. Oh yeah. Yes, yes, y'all. To the break it down, to the break it down, to the break it down, to the break it down. Now, crush, y'all. 600 limit, and ease the pain. You can rock the house and everything change. 600 limit, and do it right. Do the dance till the morning light. 600 limit around the spot. They can see from the bar that the steps is hot. 600 limit, and do it right. Do the dance till the morning light. Yes, yes, y'all. Break it down now. Yes, yes, y'all. We give you what you want. Give you what you want. Break it down, we get it on. What you want? Need to break it down, we get it on. What you want now? Crush, y'all. 600 limit, and ease the pain. You can rock the house, ain't a damn thing change. 600 limit, and do it right. We do the dance till the morning light. 600 limit, and ease the pain. You can rock the house, ain't a damn thing change. 600 limit, and do it right. We do the dance till the morning light. 600 limit, and ease the pain. You can rock the house, ain't a damn thing change. 600 limit, and do it right. We do the dance till the morning light. 600 limit, and ease the pain. You can rock the house, ain't a damn thing change. 600 limit, and do it right. We do the dance till the morning light.
What's going on? It was All Good Funk Alliance, Slingshot Boogie. So what's going on, everybody? We've got 18 or so orders to ship out, mostly postcards. This should go pretty quickly, and then we're just heading straight to the basement. Gonna do some Charlie work. And probably do at least an hour down there. We'll see how long. I predict a nap in my future. I'm gonna sit out. I'm tired. My body is very sore from a lot of moving stuff yesterday. I am not the young, spry kid I once was. It's becoming more and more evident as time goes on. All right. Pretty much all these postcards were covered in my what sold video, so if you're interested in seeing what I packed up, there you go. Cameron, always good to price high if you're not sure, and allow offers. That would be my recommendation. I mean, remember that the value is pretty subjective. So the formula the auction professor uses, and I would say probably a good one, is 3 times what you're willing to take. And if you follow that religiously, then you always know kind of what your buffer is when negotiating. Oh man, I'm sore. All right. But I mean, the other thing too is you gotta like not you gotta be somewhat unemotional about it. You know, don't get too hung up if you undersold something. Just take it as the cost of your education. Why don't we just do this? Y-E. There we go. That's a pretty good way to go. Also using price buckets, which I don't use fully, but I do use somewhat. And by price buckets, I mean like, and there's a lot of sellers that use this. You know, you set your price point. You have like say one of 4 price points. You have $17.95, $27.95, $37.95, and $57.95. And everything is gonna fall into one of those price buckets. And you know that you're not gonna want to take less than 10 on your 17, less than 20 on your 27, or something along those lines. You know, you can set your own bumpers for that style of bowling. Good morning, Pelini. Thank you, Flippin' Sports Guy. Good morning, Amy. Yeah, it's actually been much easier to sort of keep it organized, I think, just having more space and having a much more clear place where things go. I mean, this was the room had sort of evolved through several iterations, and every iteration left a little bit of itself behind, and the room just needed a full reset. Which is really what's kind of the house is getting somewhat of a full reset. So Oh, but I do predict a nap in my future today. I got about, I don't know, 5 hours of sleep last night. Not enough. Not sure how long I'm going to be able to stand on my feet in the basement. What the hell did I just wrap up? I think it was the Arkansas, right? There's Estes Park. There's West Virginia. There's that. Glacier, Lake McDonald. Nope, it was the Alberta. Hello, Karen. And it is still so humid. It's overcast. But holy cats. It's like walking through soup all day. Today, hopefully, is just going to be like a bunch of listing on my couch. I'm not getting overly ambitious on moving a bunch of stuff around. Sorry about that. Not getting over ambitious about moving stuff around. Gonna give my body a day to heal. Hopefully it cools off a little bit. Yes, Pralini, thank you. I have been working my butt off. I really, so I've got a house sitter coming in for I'm going to be gone for a few days in September, heading to California and Colorado. I want to get the house in good shape for them. I also just want to be ready for Q4 and have everything more or less dialed in and ready to go. So I can, run this place like a machine. Not have to do a lot of thinking about it. Keeping clutter out of the way. Yada, 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 yada. All right. So this person. All right. We are going to combine this order. This order. Man, stuff's still coming in. But we'll push that to tomorrow. All right. Everything with the Montana large letter reading. So 1, 2, 4, or the Michigan one rather. All right. So we're going to combine that. Those two. Going to combine. I've never tried doing this before. So he ordered 3 postcards on one order and 2 postcards on the second order. And I'm going to try to combine the shipments and then print 2 labels from the combined shipment. I don't know if you can do that. I feel like you should be able to. And then that's going on its own. And this guy, or 3. Oops. Which would be split into 2 orders. So that's 1. That's 1. That's 1. That's 1. And that's 1. stock these up here. All right. And then can I just go back and buy another label? Does it let me do that? No. Probably need to go to the shipping labels page. It's a little weird to have to do it that way, but whatever. No reason to expect eBay to make it super easy. I'm going to do the exact same thing on this one. I'm not going to do it that way, though. I'm only going to combine 2 of the 3. Oh, which one is it, though? Oh, wow. I even picked the right 2. Cool. Hey, Ainsley. What's up? I hear you like Ivory. I got something to show you. Let me finish out these postcards, and then I'll go grab it real quick. Oh, it's so nice to just sit and do these. And our last one. Now this customer bought from me before. I recognize the name. I think they're putting together a collection of large letter. All right. Be right back. All right, Ainsley. Today's your lucky day. So this is a brooch from Ming's Honolulu. It is marked ivory. However, I'm 50-50 on it possibly being ivory. It's bird of paradise flower. It's very, very nice. You're not gonna be able to see it on the back there. It looks like it could have the cross hatching at where it is, but I honestly think it's just bone. Regardless, it's a very nice piece. I cannot sell it because it is marked as ivory. I know that you like ivory. If this is something you would like, I will send it to you. I'll put my email address. I believe it's okay for me to I think it's perfectly fine for me to give it to you. All right, here, let me, I'll send you an email. It's really nice. Like I said, I'm 50-50 on it being ivory. So I got it at auction a while ago, and it's been sitting in like a box with, you know, other items I can't sell, and somebody who likes it should have it. So send me an email and with your address. And I mean, if you want to cover shipping, that'd be cool, which would be like $4. You can send $4 to the PayPal. Same email address. But yep. Don't make it more than $4, because then I'm selling it to you, and I can't sell it to you. Sold the belt buckle. It's almost like the end of the trail, but it's not. It's like the poor man's end of the trail. Whoever couldn't get the clearance on the copyright made this year belt buckle. Sold for $22.95. I'm going to save that piece. I think this is perfect. Yes, indeed. Yeah. Trying to polish a turd at this point. Oh my god, the weirdest song just popped in my head. I think it's from Revenge of the Nerds. Let's see if I can find it. Oh man, where did that come from? Yep, there it is. Why did that?
Are you ready for the sex, girls? The hot, big, hot girls.
Is it from Meatballs?
Are you ready for the sex, girls?
It's definitely an 80s movie.
Ultraviolet nice girls. your house and take off their old clothes. They can talk about love cause they know where it goes. They are willing without any fault. Are you ready for the pony girl?
Wait, was it European Vacation?
Are you ready for the lonely girl? The sad, sad, old, sad, lonely girl. They got time on their hands, they got skin like seals. They can talk about love, they know how it feels. They are women without any fault. One comes over them, they all come over them. They
James, All the World of Aircraft, big ass book of airplanes.
Romantic, one gets kind of tragic, one stays quiet as a mouse. The king is gleaming in the morning light. You might lose your life. They go crazy in the bedroom, baby, and they might explode in mind. Are you ready for the sex girls? The fine, fine, super special, real sex girls. Are you ready for the best girls? The niche on, big West girls. There's that knock on your door and they're there in your house. If you can't talk love, then you better get out. They are women without any fault. And they are never accidental. And the party never ends. So close your eyes and you make a wish. The sex girls will be there. Are you ready for the sex girls? Sex, 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 sex. Sex girls. Sex, 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 sex. Sex girls. Sex, 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 sex.
Pretty sure it was Vacation.
Are you ready for the sex girls? The hot, big, hot girls. There's that knock on your door and they come back again. If you can't stop love, then you better pretend they are you ready for the sex girl? No one is ready for the sex girl. Are you ready for the sex girl? No one is ready for the sex girl. There's an knock on your door and you just gotta look so wild about love. Every boy can enter with these women without any fault. Are you ready for the sex girl? No one is ready for the sex girl. Are you ready for the sex?
Although it very well could have appeared in like 20 80s movies. And Revenge of the Nerds. That's what I thought. Last American Virgin. Revenge of the Nerds. Okay. My first intuition was correct. Although it's not as good as where is it? It was see if I can find it. I've got a really good remix of it too on my other computer. What's the guy's name in it? It's so good. I'm not going to be able to find it. Nope. Oh, it's going to drive me nuts. I'll have it for you guys next time. We'll just play the OG one. Yeah.
People in the place. Here's the story about some guys that are down for glory. I'll get right down to the nitty-gritty. The triple L crew is gonna rock this city. I'm the L-A-M, the A and the R, the man on the mic that they call Lamar. And there's a couple of things that I'd like to say about Prop 15. It's not okay. Now, I'm no jock, no football hero, but that don't mean I'm an absolute zero. Now people call us widgets and all that stuff. Just because we can't do 100 push-ups. Don't judge by looks like a book by its cover. Your name is a friend. Your name is a friend. I'm not the one. I didn't come to pick. There's some folks out there who need to be. You gotta open your munching and set it free. And the best you do is to be lip see. Let's see. My name is MC and I got something to say. I had a couple of myths that I'd like to slay. Well, not really me, like an itty bitty mouse. Educational form again to rock the house. There's only one question I got for you, and that's who are you? I'm somebody too. Some people into art, some are really smart. Some got a head start, cause some people work apart. Some people think we're for the birds. And then they call us names, they call us nerds. Nervous is what they really are. Judging themselves by the make of their car. We're not dogs, not jerks, not wimps, not geeks, not losers. That yes. Now you may have clothes, you may have money. I'd have said no wheels and a good looking honey. Well, I ain't got Chris or a Mercedes Benz, but at least I have got some really good friends. Don't diss us, don't dismiss us. Cause one day you might want to kiss us. Don't reject us, disrespect us. We will not let you neglect us. So before we go, let's make a final note. No on 15 is the way to vote. No on 15. No on 15. No on 15. No on 15.
But even that, nowhere near as good as. Best Battle of the Bands song ever.
Clap your hands, everybody, and everybody clap your hands. We land the and Omega Moon. And we come here on stage tonight to do a show for you. We got a rockin' rhythm and a high-tech sound that'll make you move your body down to the ground. We got Poindexter on the violin, and Louis and Gilbert will be joining in. We got Booger Presley on the main guitar, and a fine little old me Lamar. We got Takashi beating on his gong. The boys and the moves are clapping along. And just when you thought you seen it all, along comes a lambda 4-foot tall. So won't you come on out here on the floor so we can work our bodies like never before. Break.
All right, that concludes our tour through the Revenge of the Nerds 1 and 2 soundtrack. Lamar, you're exactly right, Popeye. Sold this Batman, got this at a garage sale for I think 50 cents. Sold for $14.95 plus ship. Nobody tell Tommy, but I'm moving away from the free shipping model. I don't want him to get a big head. I mean, a bigger head. Oh, wait, I was wrong. This one did have free shipping. Regardless, I am moving away from it. I'm going to do some revisions. Oh, they did pay for shipping. So it's going, let's see here. Do I get a good box for this? I feel like I should have a box for this. I had some good pre-made ones. On my last postcard video, somebody was like, how is it $20 to ship a single postcard to the Ukraine? I'm like, pretty easy, dude. One, I ain't going to ship to the Ukraine without insurance. eBay calculated shipping is 16 plus for most of the world. And I add a buffer to account for scammers and lost packages. And it's just, my buffer is only a couple of bucks. I basically just rounded up to a flat 20 from like 7 to 18. But clearly he was probably a stamped envelope shipper. You know what convinced me on the free shipping thing is the final value fee, not final value, the promoted listing fee. If I'm promoting at 5%, I also want to be able to recoup my. So I'm gonna start slow. I'm not doing everything all at once, but I think I'm gonna change my $2.95 free ship postcards over to $1.95 plus $1. That also gives me, when I'm sending out percent off discounts, gives me more flexibility in my price because I'm not taking it off my shipping as well. So I think I'm going to give that a try. We're going to see how it works. I'm going to do probably my belt buckles today and a batch of like maybe 400 or 600 low-end postcards just to start seeing. And any new listing pretty much is going in with charge shipping. All right, do I have this up here? Although I've been doing like charged shipping on pretty much anything with a make offer. Here we go. It's right there. Perfect. This is a desert survival manual from the 1970s for the Maricopa County Civil Defense and Disaster Organization in Phoenix, Arizona. This was in the ephemera I picked up from the big local postcard buy I did recently. So it's pretty sure I'm just in the profit on that at this point. Not 100% sure, but pretty sure. Pretty sure. Oh, well, that's just too perfect. Looks like I meant to do that. All right. Get the label printed on this one, and then we'll head on downstairs for some Charlie work. Ainsley, did you send me your information already? If so, I'll pack that up now. Just send it over to me whenever. All right. All right. See you downstairs in a minute. Oh, on Instagram? Give me a second. Oh, there we are. All right. Let's get this out for you. Oh, you know what? I gotta. Getting low on stickers and thank you cards. I think I got room to throw a magnet in there too. I'm thinking probably not the eBay tape on the thing I'm sending across state lines, huh? Oh, that'll be fun to open. You're in a place that I know very well, Ainsley. Not gonna give it away, but been down there many, many times. When I was a kid, I used to go to many of the roadside stands selling geodes. Oops. Yeah, I dig that part of the country. All right. Go. All right. Throw this. Sorry about that. All right. See you downstairs. Can't forget my coffee. Sorry about that. So we've made some progress. For sure. So today's goal is hopefully maybe get like, I don't know, 10 states done. So yeah, I think we can get there. Get a receptacle going. I think I forgot penny sleeves. I did indeed. I'll be right back. All right. Time for Charlie work. Let's start with some low hanging fruit. New Hampshire. Did I lose everyone? Chat went silent. I bet you that, Jake, that band name might even be taken. It's, Oh, right. Timmy. All right. There's New Hampshire. Done. One state down. Right into New Mexico. There it is. I love that there's a place called Truth or Consequences in New Mexico. I love that there's a town that renamed itself in the 1950s after a game show and just ran with it ever since. Like, at no point were they ever like, we should maybe think about changing it back. Nope. Truth or Consequences here to stay. I would think that, like, maybe sell it to the highest bidder, like a sports field could be a good way to raise money for your town. But nope. They're like, we're just going to be Truth or Consequences. And that's that. Like, what a genius marketing scheme. Like, all kinds of free press, I'm sure. Right, screw this for now. Let's do some random ones. I have all kinds of room in here now, though. It's really, but there's also, like, pretty much this whole pile of stuff. That whole pile is just stuff I was pulling out yesterday from the eBay that I bought out that's not listed. Pretty much all of that stuff. So obviously I gotta get it organized. I was just sort of tossing it over there. But I mean, there is perfume, there is like clothing, Columbia jacket, like there was so much stuff in there. So what I think I might do is put together, like, as I go through it, just sort of hang on to it if it's a good brand name, and then put together a reseller lot for somebody. Give them a great deal. Or I'm sort of getting down to the point where I sort of want some of this just gone. So I may try to sell it the way that I bought it, which is put a big post on Facebook and have somebody buy me out. I mean, there's got to be 1,000+ items here. Only about 800 of them or 700 of them are listed. But what I think I'm going to do is just keep it up through Q4, and whatever sells, and then get it out. Unless I can just get it down to a very, very small amount. Which, I don't know. It used to be solid bins from over here all the way around into the first, or actually all the way above to even where the camera was when I first moved them in. And I had bins out by my staircase. Like, it was a lot. It started out as 80 bins, and we're down to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22 bins, plus a few things that I've sort of reorganized. Not too bad. All right, let's do a big ass state, Colorado. We're gonna make a subsection for a couple of subsections. We need Denver and Pikes Peak. I think are probably the ones I should do. Oh, it's been on like permanent sale for a while, and it's been discounted quite a bit as well. The problem is most of the listings look like garbage, and for it to really sell well, it would need to be reshot, and the listing's really redone. I look through it, and every time I look through it, I try to make some improvements, and I have made quite a few. Like when item specifics happened, I went through and I did my best with what I had to try to get the pictures better, but they still look like garbage. And it's not meant to be a slight on the person I bought them from. You know, we all do the best we can with the tools that we have, and we all learn as we go. So she's still selling on eBay, and I mean, her store now looks infinitely better than it used to. Time to jump in. You know what? Here's the thing, though, is Mark, I mean, I have room. I'm not filling it up faster than it's selling. The work is done, more or less. So I'm pretty sure I can sell another 200 items before the end of the year. So with that said, I'm just gonna let it run for now. But it's time in this store is limited. I'm putting you on notice, inventory. All right. Oh, now I have a pipe station. We'll use that. And to Denver? Really? Already did. Was I thinking that far ahead? I was. Wow. Good on me. It's already done. He's out of here. We're on Colorado right now. I suppose I could probably do an Estes Park as well, but I'm not. Not today. Yeah, I believe me. I'm. The flea markets here are not like they are in the Midwest and East Coast. Unfortunately, I wish they were. The one that was closest to me is shut down forever. The closest one, there's one in Tacoma that happens, but it's not really an antique mall, or it's not really a flea market. It's more like an antique mall. That's Pikes Peak. And it's a lot of dealers selling to dealers. There's some deals, but it's it's definitely a couple-hour drive. The other one is in Everett. It's much larger, much more diverse. But for me, if I wanted to sell at one of these places at a flea market, I mean it's a really long day for me. And you know what? This stuff is already listed on the internet. I don't really need to do anything, and it still sells. Once every 8 months. The last time I did this was back in January. I sort of consolidate all the bins. And that's about the extent of it. And I'll probably maybe do that one more time before the stuff is gone. Oh, nice. Well, that's a good. I mean, that's definitely good. Believe me, I love flea markets. Like, they're one of my favorite places to buy. I always do very well. It's just not, that culture doesn't really exist here the way it does in some other parts of the country, and I wish it did. Even down in California, they're way better than here. Like, it would be easier for me to do just a garage sale to get it out of here. Um, just move it out into the garage and do a garage sale, than to deal with going to a flea market. There used to be one at a drive-in theater not far from me, and the drive-in theater is still open, but they don't have the flea market anymore, which makes me sad. It was a really good one too. I was excited for it to start up after the pandemic, but never happened. And sometimes there's like little pop-up flea markets that aren't really flea markets that happen around. The thing is, they're so infrequent, you never get a critical mass from them. So if you go to one, it's it's very unlikely you'll find nothing. Why is this here? That's why. That's Connecticut. This is also Connecticut. Probably got mixed up because it was right next to it. That's why we're doing this. Man, my cuticles were just beginning to heal. La Junta, Colorado. Don't have a lot of La Junta. Do have a lot of Cripple Creek. Plenty of Denver, plenty of Pikes Peak, plenty of Royal Gorge, plenty of Moffett Road. Good number of Pueblo. Whoa, nice. Well, that's definitely worthwhile for $3,000. Yeah, fleas are cash sales. I mean, believe me, you don't have to sell me on it. Like if it was an easier option here, I'd be all over it. But I mean, I even just going to source at them, it's a lot just to get there, let alone going and setting up and all that other stuff. Like to get to the one that would actually be the most viable for me, it's like a 5 a.m. ferry ride. Actually, I don't even think I could take the ferry. I'd have to leave probably at like 3 a.m. and drive around through Tacoma to get to Everett on time to set up by their opening. All right, Colorado done. Denver. Let's go ahead and do Michigan. Yeah, for me to get to the one in Everett, I'd have to drive around, which is it's basically like I have to drive an hour south, drive through Tacoma, and then go back north to even north of Seattle. So it'd be like basically like a 3 hour drive, which means I'd have to leave at 6 a.m. Actually, it means I'd have to leave. No, wait, at 2 a.m. to get there at 5 to be set up by 6. Kim, I think both works. It's just depends on the scenario. There's no formula. If there was a formula, me and Mark and Popeye, we'd all be pricing our postcards the exact same way. Generally speaking, if my cards are going over $20 a piece, I'm going to charge shipping and allow make offer, with some exceptions. There are some that I'm going to be firm on my price no matter what, but it's it's going to depend on what research you are doing, what model you choose to follow, any number of factors. Yes, I agree with Mark and what he's saying there. But there's no it's there's no magic 8 ball to give you the answer on that one. Sometimes it's going to work, sometimes it's not. I know you like to get down into the nitty-gritty formulaic part of this, Kim, but it's not always going to work that way. There are certain things you can calculate out, but you can't always calculate buyer desire and what's going to make them click and pay. If I was able to do that, I wouldn't have any postcards for sale right now. I agree with Mark. You don't have to tear it down. You can bulk edit at any point you want. I do almost all by it now. I almost never do auctions for me. But yeah, if it's over $20, I'll usually charge for, make sure you're charging for shipping and allow offers. It gets kind of funny though with the new standard envelope versus first class, because if you're charging for first class and you sell it for under $20, you still got to ship it first class. You know, yeah, there's no, I wish, there's no one answer. And you can move things around. It's not like you're locked into one thing forever. I've changed and tweaked many things in the last year. Yes, I mean, so yeah, there you go. There's all kinds of different ways. There's 1,001 ways to skin a cat. I mean, I'm planning probably in the next week, taking all my $2.95 free ship postcards and changing every single one of them to $1.95 plus $1 shipping. I have several reasons for doing that. But it's a change. I'm not locked into doing it this way. The way that I've been doing it. You can always make changes. And I've definitely tried different things at different times. I get it, Kim, and it can be pretty terrifying when you're jumping into a new territory, and it's not like you're gonna be turning on a tap, right? It takes a while to build it, and when I say it takes a while, I'm about 2 years in now to selling postcards, and really like earnestly selling really about a year. And when I say earnestly, I mean like listing on a daily basis, comfortable in my ability to source, sitting on a good amount of inventory and a good amount of backstock. Pretty happy with my backstock right now. I haven't sorted up all my international cards yet, but all my states are organized, so I can literally just go grab a pile from whatever state and then just start listing like crazy, it makes listing so much faster if you're doing all the same content or area. The only thing I have to start sorting out my international, but not in a hurry to do that because I've got so many US, so might as well get my US cards listed before I jump into the international. Oh my God, yeah. Never do that. And also, by the way, also a good uh, moral for sourcing to always be looking. Always be looking. Yeah, I international cards can be tough, but I use Google Translate. I I try if I get hung up on something for more than a couple of minutes, it's just skip it. I can always come back to it. I definitely have found I get faster the more of my internationals that I do. I actually really enjoy international cards. The one of the things that really sort of jump started me into them, and I'll show these to you guys in just a minute. Let me get through Michigan. I actually split an album with somebody from a Mr. Buys a Lot auction before he went to YouTube. He was still on Facebook. This was like just as lockdown was happening last year, and I knew already that international cards were not going to do as well as some as U.S. cards. And I'm priced pretty high on these because I love these postcards. They're amazing. Um, Let me get Michigan squared away. Let's see, Massachusetts. Oh, did I already grab it? I guess I already grabbed it. Missouri, Michigan. There it is. These are like the highest quality postcards still that I've never that I've come across. Here's Mona Lisa from the Louvre. Beautiful, beautiful postcard. All of these are unposted. Most of them are art, and they're on like a thicker cardstock than pretty much most of the other postcards I've come across. And it's not going to show up well in this lighting, but the printing on these and the how well preserved is amazing. Here's a scene after the eruption of Vesuvius. Here's another interior view. Some beautiful pulpits and altars. Um, and I know like some of these are not super uncommon. But there's some in here that are just, and the publishers on them are, uh, from all the research I've done, they're like, oh, these are some of the like highest quality postcards produced from these publishers. Who was it? There's a lot of different art pieces. There's one. I mean the it really doesn't do justice on these. Yeah, if you go to the store, the scans on these look amazing. This one, That this card's 100 years old. Like, and it's like it was printed yesterday. Gilt, and again, this is like thicker cardstock. It's got gold lined on the edges, like you can't really see, but the edges are all lined and gilt. And the the halo's gilt there. You can see the reflection. Like they're just beautiful cards. This is Concerto Musicale. Oh yeah, yes. People overpay. Now. I've sold some of these, and I've probably about broken even at this point. Um, Here's Michelangelo, Zeus. The scan, like here's Marie Antoinette. There's some, battle cards. A lot of religious content. There was some complete sets in there that were very like. Oh, hey Tom Cruise, what's going on? A lot of these like European costume ones. But that said, I've also sold, some of them have sold. I should probably go revise my price. There's a lot of these like early photos of statues. I forget what the photo process is called. When it's got that like almost tinny look to it. Venice. Here's a really cool one. There's a real photo of the wreckage or ruins after Vesuvius. Yeah, they're just. I could look at these all day. These I will probably just leave in the top loaders because they're so well preserved. But I should get them in penny sleeves. I didn't do that then. There's definitely quite a few of these. I think I can lower the price now that I know how common they are. Here, like this one, Tuck, Quebec. Another Tuck, Oilette. This one's amazing. I love these oilettes. And I think I've got at least here's a complete set of the Cries of London that was in there. So I got a complete set of that. Or I don't know if it's complete, but it's at least 5 of them. There is one. I think I still have. I sold one of the complete sets for like $60. Ah, here it is. So I've run across these cards before, but I've never seen all 4 of them. So it's this series, which is the I forget the name of the art piece. It's in. I feel like there was another set in here. I think I probably just sold the other one. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, this is just my like lots box. Jim Henson, Mummy Babies? Yeah, totally. All right, let's move on and do Massachusetts. It's the last one in this box. Yeah, Popeye, I'm the same way. I don't collect any of them. I have like 4 or 5 of donkeys. I've got a couple of funny motto cards, and I have like 2 Bremerton postcards. And honestly, I put them up on my wall, and then I look at them for a while, and then when I get bored, I want to change it, they get listed. So it's not like I'm attached. It's sort of like it's the same way I deal with art. I buy art, I put it on my walls, but I also list it. And then if it sells, I ship it out, and then it's time to buy new art. What's your birth town, Jake? Yeah, I like the large letter greetings, but yeah, I don't sell them. I don't keep them. They are cool. That's a lot of large letter greetings. Carthage, Texas. Well, I'll keep an eye out, but no promises. It seems like it would be a tough one. Just sold a large letter. Wow. That's a cool one. I've got a couple of unusual ones in the store right now, like early large letter that I priced up a little bit. But I listed one for, I want to say Rio de Janeiro. Oh, there it is. Super early Buenos Aires. Price guide, recommend the book Large Letter Postcards. That sounds like a good book to get. Let me. Nice. I will save that. Yeah, this one's pretty cool. I haven't seen it before. I couldn't find any other examples. I think it's 1910s. Divided back, anyways. For nice, yeah. There's a few that I know can go for really good money. The Goodwill auction lot that I bought earlier this year the like 13.5 pounds of postcards or however much it was that I got for like $500 all in. Had probably about 200 large letter in it, which was awesome. Like, I probably made all my money back just on the large letters. And they're so easy to list. It probably took me maybe 2 hours, 3 hours to list a couple hundred large letter, because it was literally just change the state or change the location name, and I kept my pricing all the same, with a couple of exceptions. I didn't have any super rare ones. They were all pretty common, but I did a quick once over. Yeah, the artist signs. Metro postcard is also pretty good for some of the artist signed stuff. It's a little difficult in being able to identify a signature sometimes, because so many of those artists just were chicken scratch. So you're like, is this an H? Is this a J? Do I have to look in H and J? And Metro postcard is not comprehensive. Very, very much not so. There are gaping holes in their database, but it's helped me on a number of occasions. Hey, Papa, you remember what it's called when it's printed green like that? I remember one of your last videos, you were trying to remember. And I still don't know. Money. Okay, then. What about red? I know you don't remember your videos. My brain is a trap for information that I don't really have much of a choice about. I remember all kinds of shit that I'm not trying to remember, and then none of the shit that I am trying to remember. Yeah, there's a name for it. I believe. Cyanotypes. That's right. I would just standardize your pricing, Memphis Blazer. You're probably not going to get more than like $5 or $6 a card, based on what I'm looking at right now. All posted. No, the Santas you'll probably be able to get more. I'd probably say like $5.95 plus $1 shipping, or $6.95 plus $1 shipping, somewhere in there. Or you could go like $14.95 make offer plus shipping. The Santas I would probably put right at $14.95. But I kind of dabble in both methods. $6.95 free ship or something like that. $14.95. I don't think there's a right answer. But honestly, what I'd probably just set a price for them, be like $6.95 divided back Christmas postcard, put like holly, mistletoe, or whatever's in there, wreath, and then just like bust them out. Like, that's one of those situations where you can make your money on your time, right? Like, if you can get them done super quick, you can just move on to something else. Sometimes you make your money on the value of the card. Sometimes you make your money on how quickly you can get them out. And if you can just standardize something and get it out there, like bust them out super quick. If you can get 100 cards done in a couple hours, there you go. No, Mark, you're 445 Steam, that could be just as well. Oh man, stuff's been selling. What do we got here? Sold, waiting payment, blah, blah, blah. What does this person want? Your beer, blah, blah. Does this sit flat on the stove or does it wobble? Is the handle tight? Let's find out. No wobble, tight handle. Sits flat, no wobble, tight handle. Send. Punch those wobbles out with your fist. All right, so we just did Massachusetts. Let's do Maine. That's some low-hanging fruit. I don't know. I've done really well with holiday cards, like Valentine's Day cards. Pretty much any unposted like holiday card I do pretty well with. Like if it's unposted holiday card, it's gonna be at least $6.95, and that seems to be a price point that those regularly move. Or when I say unposted, unposted, unused, meaning it's blank back, no writing, good condition. Those are going to be like $6.95 minimum. And I list them in batches, very much the way I described. I try to just sort of do the price bucket thing where I just set a price and then I just go through it with no research, no variation, just changing the description slightly. I try to do similar era. You'd be surprised how much faster batch listing like that can go. If you're only doing minimal changes per listing, you kind of get in the zone and it's like boom, 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 boom. Yeah, New Year's cards, I've done some, they sell, not, you know, they're not like as good as Valentine's Day or Washington's birthday cards sell really well. Christmas, of course, Easter can do really well. I've sold some really neat 4th of July ones. St. Patrick's do well. St. Patrick's, St. Patrick's Day, Valentine's Day crossover cards. I've done very, very well with. I think there's a couple of collectors out there going for them because whenever I do the crossovers, if I price them, in the like, $10, maybe a little bit less depending on condition, or maybe a little bit more depending on condition, they usually sell pretty quickly. I have still yet to find a single Halloween postcard. That's not true. I found one that was like a street scene during a Halloween festival in New York, but I don't count that. The ones that I tend to stack up for me that I don't ever like to deal with. Hearty congratulations, or sincere greetings. Sincere greetings. Or the ones that are, but like the ones that are just like pictures of flowers, you can sell those in lots. People buy them for crafting and whatever. All right, let's do Tennessee. I was thinking about doing Tennessee the other day, and I'm going to do it now. I send my glitter cards through a scanner. I just clean my scanner often. The ones that bug me are the ones that are like the super high relief embossed. Those I just put, like, I have to put aside because those I can't get through the scanner. Oh, these all go together. You got a Continental in here, that might work. Yes. Oh yeah, there is mica. That's true. I've been lucky. I've put a lot of them in there, and my scanner's still fine. It does have mica in there. I knew that. I never even thought about it scratching the scanner. PNC cards. That's just. Are you just talking about the publisher? Pacific Novelty Company. They made a lot of postcards. So don't. So when you're researching cards, Dreamy guys, don't necessarily focus on finding an exact match for your card. Always. Sometimes it's good to find an exact match if you can. But don't, like, if you focus on location, focus on what's on the card, you know, try to be analytical about what it is on the card that's going to sell it, versus just trying to find what somebody else priced it at. Right? Comps don't mean much. They can show you trends. They can show you the sort of the market cap, or at least the market cap until now. But just because somebody else sold a particular card for $5 or $10 doesn't mean yours won't sell for 20. And a lot of that is just, trial and error and getting your sea legs, learning as you go. You're going to make mistakes. You're not going to be right all the time. You're probably going to be wrong a lot of the time. You're going to price some stuff way too high that has no reason to be way too high. It's going to happen. Like, my early listings really are probably due for a revamp. Tennessee. And the only one left in here is West Virginia. So let's go ahead and knock out West Virginia. So yeah, PNC was just a publisher of cards. It's like Ed Mitchell. They made millions of cards. It's not, more often than not, the publisher isn't going to mean anything. You know, if you find like a Detroit Publishing Boss Tint card, it might be worth mentioning, but it's not the end of the world if you can't fit it into your title. That's true. Pricing high sometimes doesn't fool them, but it's implied value, right? You're right, and sometimes it can pull up the prices from other sellers as well. So you know, there's cases where you can sort of manipulate the market that way. There's sometimes you don't. Fred Harvey and Detroit, yeah, Fred Harvey cards and Detroit Publishing are two that you can make in. Sometimes I'll put an Ed Mitchell in if I've got like a whole bunch of room at the end of a title. But 99% of the time, I don't even make. Oh, fishing and picking. Tommy Bernard is a big fat liar. I'm just trying to get the word out. And if you could help get the word out, it'd be much appreciated. Yep, that's another good example, Popeye. If it's a small, yeah, local farm, you'll find those as well. Oh, legs. You guys just hear my knees crack? Let's do Kentucky. Yes, that is very true. There's always a risk of pricing yourself out of a buy. I try not to do that, and I definitely think I did that a lot more in my early listing than I do now. But I mean, at the same token, some of the higher priced cards, they take a while to sell, but they sell. I sold the one this last week for $28 and another for 30, that both came from the collection I bought down in California last August and listed in September. So, took damn near a year to sell, but it doesn't mean I was priced wrong. The thing is, like, the biggest thing I would say is just keep listing, right? If you just keep listing versus worrying about why this one or that one hasn't sold, or you haven't gotten any action on it, you're going to be way better off and do way better for yourself than fretting over whether or not you've priced right in the past. Like, just list it and forget it for the most part. Sure, you can go back every now and then and make adjustments, to some older inventory. But, if it hasn't sold in a month or 3 months or 6 months, that doesn't mean something's wrong. It just means the right buyer hasn't come along yet. I think I'm going to call it quits after Kentucky here. I'm getting tired. I need a nap. Yeah, it's true. Your time, in my opinion, is way better spent listing more than working on stuff that's already out there. Especially if you've got it priced with a make offer, and that thing's been sitting for 2 years, and somebody comes in and they offer you $20 for it, and you've got it up for 50. I mean, you can sell it at that point. The market's eventually going to dictate what you can get out of it. Isn't he one of my mods? Yes, he is one of my mods. That doesn't mean he's not a liar. Slow sale morning. I don't know. I think I'm over $100 by noon. I'm usually pretty happy. Yeah, I'm doing all right. Just sold a real photo of a post office in Mineral Wells, Texas, for $28.86. That came from the courthouse real photo buy. Had it up at $33.95. Sent out a probably 15% off offer. Sold a tiger eye crystal pendant for $16.95. That came in the bottom of a rando box at an auction. Sold a couple of $7 and a $6 postcard. And there was a couple of other things I already shipped this morning. So I got nothing to complain about. If I'm not at $100 by noon most days, then I start like, do I need to do something here? Let's send out some offers. Send out an offer. That one, that one, that one, and that one. And we're gonna send out like more substantial ones. That's a solid offer for whoever wants to take me up on this 20%. Yeah, Memphis Blazer. I think in the beginning you're going to research everything. Hello, Amy. Tommy does lie. What's up, Lobster? All right. Do I want to squeeze in one more? Do I got any that are easy? Iowa? No. Indiana. We'll do Indiana, and then we're done. Yeah, it's my nap time though, Amy. It's the urge for the nap is coming on strong. Mark, what was the place that you said in Indiana? Kokanee? Kankakee, right? Am I saying it wrong? I'm probably saying it wrong. Kankakee. You did a video on Kankakee postcards, right? I think I only have one Kankakee. Oh. Why? Kankakee. Okay. That's definitely my West Coast accent coming out. This one is super cool. I actually contacted the people. So this one, here it is. Dear friend, here, so it's the Studebaker Auto Works. And this is actually sent to a hotelier in New York. And I tracked down the hotel. It still exists. It's a historical landmark. And I'm like, hey, I've got this card. I'm going to put it on eBay, but I think it'd probably be a good addition to your historical landmark hotel. And they never contacted me. Here's an exact photo of the Studebaker Works. I've looked through this
great establishment to get a better knowledge of wagon construction and to satisfy myself to Studebaker quality for the information and benefit of possible purchasers. We are going to have a car. We are going to have a car of these goods. You will want Studebaker because it is right. Hastily, Harry Houston. P.S. We'll send you more information under separate cover. And the place where it's going to is this guy, the Harry Horton, owned like the hotel and opened one of the first Studebaker dealerships. Like, this is a cool little piece of history. And again, tried to give it away. No, I didn't sign it as. I worked in for the last 6 years of my sales career in the corporate world. Believe it or not, I can be quite professional when I need to be. Oh, my knees cracked again. Indiana. Tennessee. Done. West Virginia. Done. Look at all these. These are real photo. Cool. All right, let's see if we can get any boxes out here. I feel like we're pretty much there. Over here. Do Maryland tomorrow, maybe. Do Louisiana tomorrow. Oh, oops. This out of here. Missouri. We're going to move in Kentucky. Move New Jersey. Here. To Michigan. Who are these two headed back? These are both Michigan. This two. All right. We're getting down there. Mexico's done. I feel like I'll probably move some of these around. So we've got Ohio left. Didn't I just do Missouri? I did do Missouri. I just never moved. Michigan's done. Maryland's still to do. Iowa. Illinois. Chicago. Maine we did. Those are international. That's all holiday. Louisiana. Those are PC. Miscellaneous and novelty. Holiday. International. All right. Massachusetts, Montana, Minnesota, all gone. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 more states to go. We will knock those out tomorrow. You did, Amy. You missed New Jersey. I'm sorry. We did it on the first day. Thrifty Lobster, the USPS can watch my videos. I recycle everything. All right. That is going to be it for today. It's time for me to take my nap, which I am excited about and looking forward to very much. I'm tired. So, thank you all very much for watching. We'll catch you on the next one. Talk to you tomorrow, everybody. Have a great day.